Today, we have the opportunity to land a project that will have a significant impact on the citizens of our state. It's a project that creates 2,100 new high-paying jobs. It's a project that has a spin-off of an additional 5,200 jobs with suppliers. The company that we are talking about is Bombardier. They are a major supplier of regional jets. Many of you know them, the other industries that they're in. They own Learjet, and they manufacture that. In Wichita, they have transportation interest, rail interest, recreational vehicle interest. But the project we're talking about is the creation of a new aircraft called the C-Series, which will be 110 to 130 seat aircraft to serve the regional jet market. The package that is being presented to Bombardier represents a coordinated effort by the state of Missouri and several interests in the Kansas City area. And what you have before you in the Senate Committee substitute is our part, the state's part of that bill. Under this bill, we add mega projects to the Enhanced Enterprise Zone program, and the requirements to be qualified as a mega project are $300 million in capital investment minimum over a period of 8 years, the minimum creation of 1,000 new jobs over 8 years. They have to pay a wage in excess of the county average wage. They have to offer health insurance, and something that is unique to this is they have to have a repayment plan. We do this through tax credits, maximum of $40 million for 22 years, and the tax credits are tied directly to job creation and payroll. If a job is not created, a tax credit is not issued. As I close and turn this over to Senator Ridgway, I think the question that we have as legislators that are interested in projects of this type is how do we move from the discussion of why can't Missouri land the big projects to answer the question from others, how did Missouri become a leader in the aerospace industry?
Yes. For every plane sold, Missouri is going to get a payback with interest on the money that we're using here with regard to the tax credits. One of the things that I think is so critically important here is that these tax credits are tied to a percentage of actual payroll. So this is really about jobs and our economy in Missouri and all of Kansas City in particular, because the payback applies with regard to payroll. But most importantly, I do want the members of this committee to understand that this is unlike some of our other tax credit programs in that Missouri will receive a payback on the money that's invested through these tax credits with interest over the life of this project.
We are trying to win this from Canada, and so they have not approved anything. What we're trying to do is construct a proposal that will meet their needs when you add to the fact that we have such a desirable location at KCI, and we have all the other things that would make them want to come to the States.
This legislation passed, or they come to Missouri?
There's no guarantee of that, sir. No. If this legislation, we know that if this legislation, if we aren't able to do that, if we don't pass this legislation, that they will not be coming to Missouri. The Bombardier board made a decision to look very seriously at the United States of America. The change in currency and other financial factors of doing business in Canada are causing them to look at the United States. Their board announced that. They have always liked Kansas City for lots of reasons, and so they're giving the state of Missouri the first shot. I believe this is my assessment of what the board's doing. And so we're competing with Canada, but there are compelling business reasons, currency related primarily, that are causing them to look at the United States.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Dan Meehan. I'm President and CEO of the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we are very excited to support this proposal. This mega deal has direct benefits and indirect benefits that you've heard articulated already today. But I think also what I'd like to point out is it really manifests the evolution that has occurred in economic development in this state via your good work in the last few years, via the very good creative leadership of Director Steinhoff and his staff, and the involvement of the private sector. Were it not for the Hawthorne Foundation and the establishment of the Missouri Partnership, the tools would not have been there to go after this type of a mega deal that you're hearing described. And you're seeing an exciting phase in that Missouri is now on the front line of consideration for these types of proposals.